And then I can swap with you. Just let it run for a few minutes because they're coming. I just want to make sure we're ready. They'll come come around here and come to their table. But you can. What?
We're going to be doing a play-by-play. Jonathan
fine.
And Caleb.
The kids will love it. Like my brothers and sisters who are watching will love any commentary you give.
So Melissa,
Hey.
tell us about today. What's been happening?
Well, Tami and Adrian got married.
Okay.
And they kissed. They actually kissed.
They've
kissed multiple times now.
About the kiss. Now,
Yes.
I was running the Facebook Live during the wedding, and there was many comments about how short the kiss was. Do you think
They did a couple more that were longer.
Well, that wasn't on camera, and many people didn't get to see that. Do you think that we'll be able to see a longer?
I think we can cheer them on for some more kisses. Now, how long we get, I don't know.
Because even
Let's
me
see.
personally running the camera, I was making sure I had the angle right, and I missed it myself.
Well,
It's okay.
I'll let you guys run it. I gotta go get the couple. They're ready to come.
Okay. So fast. As I understand it.
Act like the light is on.
Do what?
Reading something. What's the act like your gun is loaded? Something you're act like the light for all you guys out there.
I'm gonna walk around and get surroundings. They were earlier in the wedding. Instead of a guest book, got this tree where you can put your fingerprints. Yeah. Speak by you. Are they gonna come through here? Are they coming down and then through? So they will come all the way down now? Or they're gonna go just to the circle? Okay.
Well, thank you for your house, man. I love your house. I don't know what.
Good afternoon, everybody. Let's get a little. Where's the time of the rain? The rain didn't show up. Okay, the guy's still there. So anyhow, the time has come, and I hear that the food is about ready, but we're looking for somebody special. Maybe somebody can't see because they're missing some glasses. Anybody missing some glasses? Okay. Score, big time. Okay. Now, I'd like to. I think now might be the time to get ready. Get your hands all ready, put them together. Okay. There is some special guests who are coming. Is that correct? Okay. So, I'd like you to all look around you for two guests who will now approach. Okay, welcome. Tami and Adrian, Carla. Like a true gentleman. Welcome, Tami and Adrian. We're so glad you could show up today. We're looking forward to this opportunity. So let's just bow our heads in prayer together, shall we? Great God, thanks so much again for your loving kindness to us, for your love that works in our lives in so many wonderful ways, and for the love of Tami and Adrian. And as we fellowship today, may we create memories that will last a lifetime. Bless our fellowship. Thank you for this delicious food. In Jesus' name, amen. I have one more announcement. There's a phone somebody lost. Anybody? You can come see me? Oh, there you go. Okay, good. Now, I understand there's an announcement. There is an event that just is occurring today, you guys. If you can all look and see, where is table number 7? Table number 7. Is there somebody on table number 7 has a birthday today? Okay, Dr. Casebolt. Let's all sing together. Happy birthday to Dr. Casebolt. He's 19 years old. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dr. Casebolt. Happy birthday to you. Thank you, everybody.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. The menu for today is kushari. It's rice with noodle. The people who were in Egypt, they know. And we have dolma. It's Iraqi dishes also. It's grape leaves and cabbage stuffed with rice and bell pepper also. And we have salad. We have rice, hummus, and baba ganoush and baklava. So I hope you all enjoy it. And we said Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim with everything. We will start with God's name and we will finish with His name. Amen.
Thank you so much. And I understand everything here is vegetarian also. So we're going to start announcing tables to dismiss by to go get your food. So if you want to just get together and talk some more, we'll have the music again and we'll proceed.
Where's Caleb's food?
Come to see this good food. And see what the good couple is eating here.
And have everybody start on that end of the table. Even though Tammy's eating here, I know side.
What are you getting here, Tammy?
Dolma.
All right. Very good. Adrian's going for it as well.
This is my video camera right here.
Yeah, there you go.
Dr. Thornton, can you take a picture with me and have the TV that you
Okay, guys. Any comments to the global audience?
Congratulations.
Yeah, no, I've been up since 6.
we're at on their table.
Maybe they wanted to take us to my favorite that or something, and then we don't have to hold it for a while.
Just tell me when you want me to pick it up again. Is there anybody sitting there? Could we set the camera there facing them?
Sure.
Just for a little bit? You're welcome. Congratulations.
Can you guys hear us?
They should be able to.
Okay. We
Happy
wish
to
you were
see
all
you.
here. Come and visit. I encourage her to eat.
Yeah.
I am a breakfast.
You will get later. You'll go. So eat a little bit. Good for you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Here you go, Tami. This is what your kids might look like someday. And this is a friend, Daryl Hosford.
Have you talked to him recently?
What?
Have you talked to him recently?
No, I haven't. Yeah, I saw Dr. sometimes. And that is his grandma.
Great grandma.
Big grandma. Oh, sorry. Small straight. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, cool boy.
Sorry, JB,
You
Shady,
missed
they're
the
out
ice
of
cream picture.
I did. I was
You saw it? You saw it?
Sorry.
Washington, D.C.
The Trump Hotel now. What? To who?
Congrats again, guys. I was trying to tell you that we were doing
But you found it.
You have to kiss. Don't have to. We're eating now.
We're eating. We cannot guess. We're eating.
You know what that means?
Impossible. We're eating.
Guys, you're mad now. These kids on the cheek do something. You have to kiss. I'm just a kiss. You're on my
You don't have to, I promise. Just tell them, forget it.
Sorry though for
I don't like this.
for
This
kids
little
and
family
parents
is
these days.
Look at you, you got it. Family back home's watching.
One family in our neighborhood.
Hey Joshua, Michaela, say hi to everybody back home. The family back home is watching. Uncle Dungy, you want to wave to everybody back home? Auntie Tami, Aubrey, yeah. We've got some of Adrian's family. That table has some of his cousins.
So then we go 64.
I don't know anybody who might remember Dr. K's boat, but he was in Nigeria today. It's his 91st birthday. And this is Tami and I's like adopted family. We spend a lot of time with them in North Carolina. And when I came here, they kind of adopted Tami and I. When you heard me talk about Grandy, this is their family. So everybody back home's watching. Some of you know Uncle Eric and Aunt Rachel. There's Trevor.
Which
Allie.
home?
Huh?
Back home in which home?
Well, Nigeria and Lebanon are both watching.
Nigeria and Lebanon.
Yeah, because that's...
To some of Mama's Peruvian family. You guys are on camera.
Hi.
Tami and I's family back in Nigeria are watching.
Oh, wow.
They all said hello.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
You looking for me? I'm just giving the family a tour.
Okay, cool.
Hey everybody, this is Uncle Art.
Hi guys.
He's emceeing the reception. So we gotta talk for a second. Hold on. Nigeria. I think you could start like letting people come up and tell stories or do it right now. And then the cake ended up not out here like it was supposed to. It's inside. So I would just say let's have instead of cake, we have something very special. It's baklava, and Melissa's gonna bring a piece out to Adrian and Tami, and then everybody can go and get a piece of baklava after we fed each other.
Have you wanted to meet people first?
Yeah.
So let them be there for a while, or just interrupt?
I think you can interrupt. Because we don't want the reception to go too long.
Pardon me?
We don't want the reception to drag out.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just like that tension.
You guys know Nathan?
They're very careful to craft.
More friends?
Way more than what we have.
Alright, here's the table of people you know. Alright, everybody. People are watching back home. Grandma, say hi to everybody back in Nigeria. She's got food in her mouth.
Hi.
There's Grandma.
From the wedding.
Hi from the wedding. There's Grandma Giebel and Aunt Lisa. There's Emily and Auntie Rita and Auntie Gladys.
Hey, nice to see all of you. Wish you were here.
Mama and Baba.
Kazim, Dayo, I think I didn't call your names the other night, so I'm calling you now. Glory, Shaun, Mary, everybody. Wish you were here.
Here's Reem.
I'm just curious here, who has come the furthest away to be here today? Who's traveled the farthest?
I'm going to start off with about 5-minute drive here. So. See if anybody can beat that. I'm Tyler Thomas.
Anybody beat 5 minutes away drive? Anybody? Raise your hands. Anybody? Okay. Anybody? Okay, keep your hands up. Anybody who is greater than 10,000 miles? Okay, I see one hand over there. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? Raise your hands high. 10,000 miles? Okay. How about 8,000 miles? Anybody? Okay. 4,000 miles. Who? Yeah? I'm just curious, who are these people who came from 10,000 miles away? Not sure. How far do you think it is?
I don't know, 9,000 miles maybe.
Okay. So Herb and Gail. Okay, good.
And Grandma Muir.
And Grandma Muir. She came also from 9. And Grandma, how old are you now? 87 years old. Okay, that's terrific. Okay, anybody come from more than 3,000 miles away? Anybody? 3,000 miles? Anybody? Where? Okay, terrific.
No, Uncle Femi in the back.
And where are you from?
6,000 miles from Nigeria.
I wonder if we have any wisdom from around the world. And do you by chance have any wisdom you can share with the bride and the groom today? Any stories you can tell about them?
About them?
Yeah.
Or about Tami. Or a Yoruba proverb.
Well, thank you for giving me this opportunity. That's so beautiful if we leave it in the Lord.
The couple's way over there.
Then the devil is a liar. It says in the Bible, the devil is a liar. When he talks, he talks lies. When he lies, he speaks in his native language. I love that part. And it didn't just say that in the Bible, it's the Lord Jesus himself who said that. The devil is a liar, is a father of lies. When he talks lies, he's talking his native language. So the devil is going to suggest that living in the Lord is boring, is horrible, because of some flashy Hollywood, Nollywood, Nigerian, Indian Bollywood. And then you get carried away and think, that's life. That is not life. That's artificial. There's no depth to it. But then you see people who have all of that plenty still have problems with life and they're still sad. But life is beautiful. The Gibbles and my family, by some quirks of faith, got together some 22 years ago and we had beautiful journeys. I was trained in Nigeria as a surgical resident in one foremost university hospital in the country, and I occasionally find myself in the hospital where I engage in missionary work, helping out when I had free time. So we became friends. And then I finished residency training in surgery. I had to go for fellowship in Jerusalem. Spent some 2 years there. I married my wife in the year 1999. We somehow had problem conceiving, even though we had wanted to conceive the very first day we married. So, but it didn't happen. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. It didn't happen. And then, as the Lord will have it, when I went medical treatment in my hospital in Israel, and my wife conceived. And the day for delivery was set. Cut a long story short again, we got it arranged that the Gibble girls, as I call them, Auntie Gail, Melissa, Tami, Gibble, came to Jerusalem with us, to be with us. And they were actually chaperoning my wife through a day of delivery. The day of delivery was day X, and they came 1 day before. So they actually chaperoned my wife into the labor room at -2 floor, and I was on neurosurgery call, +7 floor upward, up in the sky, and I was on call. So I would go come, if I got pulled up, I go come. They were there chaperoning my wife all through. It's beautiful. We got that video in my home that we still share all the time. Then we came back home, Nigeria that is. So I'm working there. And the Gibble girls came back to the US, the small girls. They are now big women. And they've grown up from us. Incidentally, of the two of the girls, one was more outgoing, the senior one, Melissa. The other one is not so outgoing. And then, boom, from the sky, we were told that Tami was going to marry. I had a man in his life, in our life. A man in Tami's life. He didn't look like one for that. Anyway, cut long story short, the beautiful thing was that if you thought somebody was of significance in your life and you were planning marriage, you should go show them your intending. You should have time to look over the person. Shamefully for me to admit, that's a dying thing even back home in Nigeria. Because girls and boys growing up in the country now are busy looking at the internet, seeing the projections of life as apparently it's supposed to be in the West, and they are telling themselves that's the way they want to live life. That's shameful. But that's what they're doing now. Occasional ones do it right. In fact, all the young ones I've had in a long time who end up marrying, for the first time, one person thought it fit to bring our intending to my home in Nigeria. She started out with a man and said, I have a man, but I'm not sure what I want to do without him yet. I like all of you who are close to me in my life to look him over and help him decide. And so, Tami and Adrian ended up in my home in Nigeria. Traveled the 6,000 miles, spent nights with me, followed me to work in the hospital, came around, spent time with my children. And I thought this was beautiful. In fact, for your information then, for that reason, this is about the first wedding ceremony I dared to attend since I came back to Nigeria. And there's been tons and tons of weddings. I said, no, go. I won't go. It's all noise, razzmatazz. So I said, no, what am I going to do there? I'm busy anyway. For this one good turn deserves another. Life is beautiful. So I chose to come. And I've been blessed coming. It's been beautiful here. So that is beautiful in the Lord, right? I can go on. I don't want to go on forever.
Thank you, Dr. Debbie. So I still remember the time when Tami gives a little phone call. She says, hey, I have somebody I'd like to come visit you guys with. You know, it's kind of like, oh, yes, you're kind of getting really excited about things. Well, the day finally showed up, and tall Adrian Sarley, very dignified man, showed up. And what do you know, my wife and I, we have a drain that gets plugged up. It did not last plugged up for very long. Adrian had it fixed just like that. We knew that he was a fixer. He could fix things. It was very exciting to know about that. So I'm sure that whatever the kind of problems they'll have in the future, Adrian will be at least on the fixing side of things. So does anybody else have any stories you want to share about Adrian or Tami? I hear one over here.
So I know Tami because we lived in Nigeria for 5 years while they were there, and Tami and I became pretty close. At first she was really shy, but eventually we'd always have good talks and do things together, like knitting, and with Melissa we'd sew and things like that. So one day we decided that they wanted to learn how to play piano, and I started with Melissa first, and Melissa is a very talented young lady, and I was teaching her how to play piano, and she's very responsible, and she would practice every day, and she would learn her piece very well. And then I started teaching Tami, and the interesting thing was that Tami started learning faster than Melissa. Like, Melissa's older, and she was, she played pretty well, but if I gave Melissa a piece, she would play it until it was just right. If I gave Tami the piece, she would play it and play it and play it and play it and play it until the thing was memorized, and she was like playing it 100 miles an hour. But then one day, I'm teaching her, and I notice that she is not following the notes. And it had taken me a little while to notice that she was not learning any of those notes at all, and that everything that Tami was doing was by ear. And and she was amazing. I was like, how do you do that? But you have to learn the notes. Well, I was not able to teach her how to play piano by notes, but at least she learned how to play by ear, which she probably could have done by herself. But anyway, we had fun. And I think later now she's learning notes, or still by ear. Okay. But she's a wonderful piano player too. So that was my Tami story.
Behind you.
Have somebody else hear the story. If you want to get okay. Sure.
Where are, there they are, there's Tami. There's Adrian. When Adrian's mother was teaching him homeschool and his little brother, she came to stay in our house in Mexico, in Montemorelos, so that the boys could learn Spanish. So Adrian and Nathan and Dorothea were there for how long, Dorothea? For 1 month. We had a wonderful time together. And they did learn Spanish quite a bit, all three of them. But that's not what I want to tell about today. Adrian, I want to tell you a story about your great-grandfather, okay? Dr. Theodore Wade, whom you knew. You were born too late. Almost. You didn't, too little, yeah. Anyway, when Lauren, my husband, and I got married, Adrian's great-grandfather stood us in front of him and he said to us, "Now, if you, Ruth Ann, will give in 98% of the time, surrender, otra vez Tami, the surrender word, if you will do that," and then he turned to Lauren and he said, "And if you will give in 98% of the time, there's a chance that you will meet in the middle." And Lauren, it's worked for 55 years, hasn't it? That's the end of the story. But the surrender part is important.
Sorry, I can't stand with the baby. So, I met Tami in 2016, September, and okay, I guess I'm gonna say. I'd never met anyone like Tami before. I came from a pretty sheltered life. I hadn't gone camping. I'd never slept in a sleeping bag. I'd never slept outside, and I just came with all of these declarations to Tami, the perfect person to say these things to. So immediately she said, "We're gonna go hiking." I said, "Okay. Do you want to go tomorrow morning?" She said, "We can go tonight." So I don't know. I don't know if I want to go at night. So she took me hiking. So I crossed that off my bucket list. And then I said, "I've never been camping." And my husband and I eventually made our way back here, and we went camping somewhere here in Tennessee. And I told her, there was another night too. She said, "Have you ever slept outside?" I said, "No, I haven't." So we slept outside in the cold on her back porch. And then it started raining, and I just feel someone tap me and say, "Reem, get up. We're going inside." Okay. The one thing about Tami that I can say is I think without telling Tami what was wrong, if anything was ever wrong, she knew the right words to say. And I remember a time I was going through a difficult time, and we had gone hiking. And I didn't really open up that much, but I kind of told her a little bit about what was going on. And as I was sitting here, I was reminded of a verse that she told me about to help me in that time. And the reason I thought about it is because you guys just got married. It's an amazing, amazing time. And from what I know, sometimes hard times will come. So I want to give something back to you that you gave to me whenever you do feel those hard times, because they will get better. And she shared with me Habakkuk 3 verse 17. It says, "Although the fig tree shall not blossom, neither shall fruit be in the vines, the labor of the olive shall not fail, and the fields shall yield no meat. The flock shall be cut off from the fold, and there will be no herd in the stalls. Yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will joy in the God of my salvation." And I just wanted to give that back to you, Tami and Adrian. I wanted to thank you for having us here. I'm so happy for you guys. You guys are literally made for each other. Also, another really quick story. I was auditing a class at Southern, and it was I had just met Professor Saman. And he said, "Who are you here with? Who are you staying with?" I said, I'm here with Tami and Melissa Giebel." And he said, "Oh, okay. Is Tami still with that guy, Adrian?" I said, "Yeah, she is." He's like, "They're both really strange, but they're so perfect for each other." I said, know, I haven't met him yet, but I think they are. So, congratulations, you guys. I hope I didn't embarrass you too much.
Thank you so much for training. I'm just curious if you guys can tell me what was the first thing that Adrian ever took apart?
Well, that goes way back. We had to watch our pens because he would take them apart. And we had to watch our flashlights because he would take them apart. And it's not just like unscrew the lid and dump out the batteries. It's take it apart so that you probably couldn't put it back together. Yeah, he grew up a little bit, and so a little bit later he got to the point where he actually could put back his pens and flashlights. But it started very early.
Did he ever help you and fix something for you? What was the first thing he ever fixed? And how old was he?
I don't know, he's been fixing things all his life. And so after he made up for taking everything apart.
Thank you. I remember we had a Vitamix that was broken too. We were thinking maybe we should probably just get rid of this, you know, or whatever. And Adrian says, no. And after he left, in a couple days in the mail, it was there, the new piece that was fixed it. So, do we have the? Anybody else have anything to say, to share? Okay. If you want to move in, I guess we could move in if it's going to rain. But if it's only going to sprinkle, that's fine. We can stay out here. Anybody else have something to share?
Maybe we should move the gifts in.
Okay.
I enjoyed working with Tami. She works at my medical clinic as a receptionist for a while. And our clinic was from 5 p.m. or was open from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. And one day, Tami announced she'd gotten a new car. I said, well, where did you get your new car?
I better go help Caleb. Can I hand you this and go help Caleb?
Excuse us. That microphone.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hey, Mark. Jonathan.
Marty!
Hey, Mel.
How much other electronics they have there.
Covered over here.
how you doing, Bob?
So Tammy's working at our office. She started in the summer, and every night she had her Prince in Shining Armor to pick her up because she did not have a car. So that was pretty, yeah, you were picking her up every night, pretty much. Someone came to pick her up. And Adrian was headed to medical school, so I asked Tammy, well, how are you going to get to work? And she said, well, I bought a car. I said, that's great. What kind of car did you get? Well, she hemmed and hawed and told me what kind of car she got. And I said, well, how come I haven't seen you drive it? She said, well, I have to replace the engine. Like, replace the engine? I said, yeah, but it's going to be a good car when we get it all fixed. So that was Adrian and Tammy's summer project, that they completely rebuilt this engine, ended up fixing up this car, and I don't know if it still runs, but I was extremely impressed that that's what, I mean, that wouldn't have even entered my head to do that as a date activity, but I was impressed.
It's a good date activity. Can't for everybody. Now you know it's a fun date. Yeah, no.
I wonder if we can have the tradition of a cake. And this is a cake from Middle Eastern origin, I understand, right? So it's already pre-cut, I guess, right? Okay. All eyes are on you guys.
You guys don't have any.
And there's some cake over here, I guess, for everybody to have a piece.
Start with one per person. Yeah. Mommy.
Yeah. I think it'll be alright. We'll let it dry out.
Well, for the reception. For the wedding itself.
Yeah. I don't want to get on really. It's nowhere near as good. Which I definitely appreciate.
Can you help?
One of us. You call my dad? My dad. And Melissa.
Mama Tami. Melissa. Sure.
Joshua. Where's Michaela and Joshua? Michaela, Joshua, get a picture.
Take one to your mom.
Ooh, lacto, yummy! Tami, want to try some of the baklava?
Yeah. That iPod. Best.
One, two, three. Dr. Leesvold. All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Good to see you here. Yes.
Just go ahead and start it now.
Hey everybody. So they tell me I'm supposed to make a best man speech. And
Attention everybody! The best man's giving his speech!
yeah, I'm not very good at getting people's attention apparently. But so I was doing some research online for what tips on how to give a best man speech, and one of the things they said is not to talk about previous relationships, exes, things like that. But seeing as how this is your third marriage for both of you, I thought couldn't leave that out. But yeah, first of all, Tami, it's been really, where are you? Oh, there you are. It's been really nice getting to know you. I'm very glad that you're part of our family now. Adrian has certainly matured a lot under your influence. But don't quit now. He definitely still has a long ways to go. So keep working on him. And Adrian, it's already been harped on a lot, but you definitely have always had a propensity for fixing things. I remember you started fixing computers at a very early age. And then iPhones, taking things apart, soldering them back together properly, all these kinds of things. And certainly your persistence in taking on big projects has gotten you to medical school. It's gotten you married. So you're certainly very capable of that. Yeah, congratulations. And I've also noticed that you enjoy solving other people's problems as well, or at least attempting to. I mean, yeah, exactly. You know, I know you call me often and try to find out if I've managed to find a girlfriend or to figure out a career, but I guess you're gonna have to keep working on that. But since you like solving problems and giving advice so much, I figured I'd give you a few points of advice for your relationship, and they're on my phone, so let me pull that out real quick. So, first of all, Adrian, I know you like to take life at 100 miles an hour. You like everything fast. You like to drive for hours on end all through the night. And you've had lots of opportunities to do that between here and Loma Linda. But sometimes you need to take time to smell the roses, to watch the stars go by. I'm sure Tami will appreciate it if you slow down every now and then, although she definitely likes to have life fast as well. Also, I know you like to solve problems, and you like to solve problems for other people, but sometimes Tami's going to need you to just listen. And I know you're capable of that, but I think that she will help you get even better. So listen sympathetically. And last and most importantly, make sure that you keep Jesus at the center of your relationship. And don't ever stop taking time to spend that time with him in the morning, even when you're busy with residency and with all the other many things that will come your way as a doctor. So anyway, congratulations. And I would make a toast, but I don't think anyone really has glasses, and I don't have a toast prepared either, but here, congratulations, all that good stuff. So thank you.
I'm more of a writer than a speaker, and I also cry more than Tami, so I have come prepared. If any of you need to borrow some, you're welcome to. To start off with, I have not seen Tami smile at anyone the way she smiled at Adrian this morning, so good job. You earned it. I met Tami about 3 years ago when we both worked in the landscaping department at Southern. And for 2 of those years, I lived with her and her sister, and hopefully when I manage to write about that later on, the title will probably be something like My Life in Africa. As a side note, I have never actually been to Africa, but I have lived with the Gable sisters, and I think that might count for something. Adrian presented his disruption about midway through the fall of semester of 2015. And yes, it was a disruption. She, the one who was never going to get married, now had a boyfriend, and that may be one of the few things I know of that got her really flustered. My own gut reaction to this development can be summarized by my telling him at some point that, I hope you realize you're stealing my best friend. That particular conversation was kind of a short one. I hope you'll forgive me someday for my misplacement of that welcome mat, because you have been more thoughtful and gracious than I probably deserve. But after a while, I had to admit that this young man has persisted through time and distance and a lot of other things for someone he loves very much. And which is to say, I suppose, that you have earned her love and trust after all. So well done, and good luck with the flowers. This next bit's for Tami. I've included something I've written for her. She's my first editor and sounding boards for a lot of what I call scribbles. And no matter how late it was or how busy she was, she always found time to listen, and that's really important. It's called Definitions. Among other things, you will learn not to ask her, where are you from? When she asks you to define from, you will realize that some words have more meaning than you have ever considered. Instead, you will learn to ask her of the people she loves, and you yourself will begin to miss those whom you have never met. Among other discoveries, you will learn that one does not simply go on a road trip to Canada with this girl. As in, the two of you will drive from Tennessee to Canada, and you will actually end up in Syria with one of her beloved families. And then you will listen to her as she convinces the American border guard that it is wise to let someone born in Uzbekistan, raised in Nigeria, who has lived in Lebanon, to cross back into the US, while her passport sits in the Nigerian embassy in Washington, D.C. On the way back, you will try to help her learn to drive in the snow, with her summer tires and temperamental windshield wipers. Meanwhile, you, the New England kid, will be frozen to the passenger seat in more ways than one, numbly thinking, I am too young to die. And yet you will still insist on having your turn to drive on the next expedition. I mean, who wouldn't drive 14 hours one way for the weekend in the middle of nursing school? You will learn, among other surprises, that her aim is impeccable. Your shoes and pillows are missiles, and you are an excellent target, even in the dark. She can punch harder than you and wrestle better, but feel free to keep trying. Among other things, people will repeatedly mistake you for one another. They will inquire again and again, so are the two of you sisters? You will pause and consider asking them, as she once asked you, how would you define this word? Because the thing is, isn't that exactly what we have become?
I don't know what to say after that. I think Emily understands me more than most people other than my immediate family. And I have been truly blessed by her friendship and her support throughout my relationship with Adrian, because it has been a huge growing for me, mentally and spiritually, throughout the last 3 years especially, and Emily has been there the whole time to support me. So Emily, thank you so much. There are so many people here that we want to say thank you to, because we would not be standing here right now if it wasn't for you. And I wish I could say each and every one of your names, but I'm afraid that if I did that, I wouldn't make it through the whole thing without having to take a break, because sometimes I do cry too. First, I want to say thank you to my parents, because, as is very obvious, I would not be here without them. But also, they have been a huge inspiration to both me and my sister, as we have grown up in ways that most people never have a chance to grow up. We have had experiences in many countries. We have had pets that no one else has dreamed of having. We have had so much fun.
Or knows the name of.
Or knows the name of. We've had so much fun, but also been able to learn so much in fun times and serious times and really hard times. We've been through wars. We've been through all kinds of things. But in all of it, my parents have always kept this very calm and assured environment around the family that it's okay. Something bad will happen. It can happen, and it probably will happen, but we are in God's hands, and whatever happens, we will take it as it comes, and God will be with us. And I really appreciate my parents for putting this into our hearts, because I think we have faced many more things than we would have faced if we hadn't have grown up with this mentality. And I think I would also like to thank Adrian's parents too. I'll let him say something here, and then I'll want to say thank you to a few other people too.
I'll give the mic back. I want to say thank you to my family, my parents, my brother. My brother has provided some excellent encouragement to go to the gym and exercise. I have sometimes not taken him up on that as much as I ought to have. He's provided an excellent wrestling partner, encouraging me to build my endurance, and unfortunately he has me beat in the muscle department. But my parents have been a huge blessing to me through my life. I wouldn't be here without you guys. Like Tami said, in more ways than one, but from homeschooling and providing an education that was, in my opinion, better than most or maybe any other. I appreciate that. And sorry?
I had just as good of an education.
Okay, she did. But I really appreciate all the time and effort you spent, Mom, teaching us, and Dad, you spent working, and I don't know where you are. There you are. Working and providing and teaching us about all sorts of different things as well. How to fix things. Yes. And let's see. Do you want to thank more people? And I want to thank all the people who have guided us through our relationship, from Dr. and Mrs. Parker to the Nelsons to the Schwiezows to the, who else? Andersons, Pastor Carton, Uncle Art and Aunt Lisa, Tammy's parents, my brother, Emily. Lots and lots of people have been a support and an encouragement and a guide along the way. So I want to say thank you to all of those people. I want to say thank you to all the people who made this weekend possible. All of my family, all of you guys for coming. The Ellers for doing so much, providing a house for many people to stay in, and building the arbor and other things that I don't even, I'm sure, know about that Melissa knows about. I want to say thank you to Melissa for the hours and hours and hours and hours of work, and I don't even know the 16th of all the things she's done to put this together. If you guys ever need a wedding planner, don't ask her now, because she'll say no. Wait a couple months, but I can highly recommend her if she will agree. Let's see who else. Who am I forgetting? Lots of people. Go ahead.
I I just wanted to second some of the things that Adrian has said, especially for the Ellers. They have been a huge blessing in Melissa and I's life. From the time when we were like 3 and 4, and before that until now. We have an adopted grandpa that unfortunately could not be here because he passed away earlier this year. But we are so thankful for the Ellers.
Yes, and we know that we will see him soon. And yes.
Also, the arbor is a very special arbor. Melissa, could you tell us about it? Or have Trevor and Tyler tell us? Trevor and Tyler, where are you? Trevor, come here.
Tyler.
It's just lumber that came off of Grandpa's land, and Tyler and Grandpa cut it up when Tyler was 13. It's just a fun story. Yeah. So it's just kind of been here the whole time.
So for those of you who don't know, those are my cousins. Also, all the people from South Bay and from Eastridge who have been such a huge support for us, our friends from Southern who have gone through classes with us, shed tears and sweat trying to make it through classes, and all those who have come from so far away. I want to especially say a huge thank you to those who aren't here, to my family back home.
Paul and Shegun and Anna Dubs and Auntie Mary and Auntie Ibe and whoever else is watching. Well, there it is, the camera. We wish you were here. We hope we can come visit you soon. And people I may have forgotten. Hello.
And Uncle Femi, where is he? Thank you very much, sir, for coming. Uncle Femi is my uncle from Nigeria. He has probably known me more than most of you here from when I was little. So, Shega.
I want to say a special thank you to Auntie Tami and Uncle Danju for the work that they did. I have given her a new name. Her new name is Auntie Wahala, which means trouble in Nigeria. Because she gave me plenty of trouble on Friday. So I wanted to still say thank you because we are still appreciative, even if we have a little bit of a hard spot in our hearts here.
If any of you want very organized trouble in your wedding, you can go to her.
Wahala means trouble.
Packaged with a smile.
Oh, she might laugh at you though.
And the other person that I really, really wanted to say a huge thank you to, actually 2 more. And one was the Jakartans, who have spent a few hours with us, counseling us, and the Parkers too. Jakartans and Parkers have really helped us through many dips and valleys and some hills too. I want to say a huge thank you because we wouldn't be here without you guys encouraging us. And I also want to say a huge thank you to Melissa. Because truly, nothing would have happened here today if it wasn't for her.
I already said some things. I can say some more things. It's okay if you cry. We have Kleenex. Yes, let's give her a round of applause.
I think we will end here, but I want all of you to know that no matter where you come in our lives, we are so thankful. And may God bless each of you as we continue in our road and in the journey with Him, and as we seek to further His work and to meet all together one day very soon, where there will be no more crying, or sorrow, death, broken marriages, friends leaving, but where everything can be pointed to the one who has brought us all together in a sacrifice that has brought us life. So I want to give the biggest glory and honor to God because He is the ultimate one who has brought us together and will keep us together. May God bless each of you.
But let's pray to close this. Dear Father, thank you. You are the one that we owe the most gratitude and thanks to. For without you, we wouldn't be here. And Lord, we want to thank you for Tami, and I want to thank you for each of these wonderful people you've placed in our lives. They each occupy a slightly different and special role in our journeys. But Father, thank you for each of them. And Lord, I pray that you would guide them on their journeys through life. And I pray that you would be with each of them. Father, help us each to draw closer to you through today and as we walk through life. Father, walk by our side. And as we each go our way, I pray that you would be very close to each of us. Thank you. Amen.
Now that Tami has thoroughly made me and all the rest of us bawl, we need to have a little bit of laughter and get them out on the road. So, first of all, I'm going to add one more thanks to the thanks Tami did. There are multiple people here. You all know who you are. Today would not have happened without you. All of my crew and minion and people that I put into slavery and servitude, thank you. However, Tami and Adrian, you're about to leave, head off on your honeymoon. Have fun. However, Adrian, I don't know if you remember, you had a birthday a couple years ago.
I've had one every year.
Yeah, but when you had to try and drive a car, I make no promises that Tami didn't remove the battery this time. So good luck when you try and start your car. Oh, I'm spilling a secret. So Adrian had a birthday a couple of years ago. And in order to kind of prank Adrian, Tami conscripted a couple of people, and she got into his car while it was at school, and while it was locked, she borrowed a key from somewhere. What did you do? I don't know. Anyway, they took the battery out so that when Adrian left class and tried to get home, he couldn't drive his car anywhere. And apparently I just spilled the secret.
It was in the trunk.
It was in the trunk?
You denied it.
So I make no promises that as they leave here, Adrian, that the car will or will not start. Good luck.
The key back? I loaned you the key.
Yeah, we've got the key. It's all right.
And have the car for us to borrow? We'll bring it back.
Due to how the rain is, we're kind of changing things a little bit. If you guys want to kind of line up this walkway right here, you guys have lavender satchels. If you don't, let us know. We'll give you some. Feel free to put that in your hand. And we're going to send them out through you guys, and we can throw lavender at them and get them in their car, and we will get this married couple on their way.
Well, they're getting all that stuff.
Somebody on here said that's the best way they've ever seen it. There's a lot of, maybe they can read all this. It's really good.
I think it's on WhatsApp. But I don't know if it'll be on running on the stream.
Oh, afterwards?
Yeah. So if we go over here, to WhatsApp, and we come here, Eagles family.
Can you make sure everybody has lavender?
So a lot of them are here.
Yes, ma'am.
But I don't have good internet connection here.
Thank you, cameraman. I just get
Thank you.
But they said, we wanted to see the cake, so I read it, and so I went back.
Good, good.
Excuse me.
If anybody needs any lavender, there's a lot left.
Pastor Jacarton. Calling Pastor Jacarton. Line 1.
Where's, do you think, since you're standing up there, do you think you should hold it? Sure. Because, well, no, I don't want you to. You need to do that. Oh, see, these guys down here can do it.
Nos vamos ahora. Bye, Joe.
Black people with lavender
We hope it works.
Happy honeymoon, neighbor.
Sorry, Mom, your car might smell like lavender.
Have fun. Have a safe trip.
Good trip.
Don't drive too fast.
Drive safe.
Woo! As fast as it's safe.
Come on. Let's start it. Yay. Tami! Bye, Tami.
I'm going to talk to that.
So Melissa,
Oh my goodness.
we can go ahead and take for dinner with the doctor.
Yes.
You got yours still?
Let me come and look really quick. Hey guys, I'm sorry I've got to turn off the live stream. I love you all. We'll talk to you later.
Are we